very proud to be partnered with Save the Elephants on this project, and what we are bringing to this this whole organization, I think, is that we're trying to take this incredible toolbox that Save the Elephants have developed and made into a beautiful package over the last 3 or 4 years, and make this accessible to the people that need to use it. So it's very difficult to send out a large book to all these communities, but if we can get it available on people's cell phones at the cost of very minimal data, then I think we're well on our way to helping distribute mitigation techniques for these people to start to use and to hopefully apply and help them. Tomorrow is not just about human-elephant conflict and coexistence. It's about, we're bringing in interested parties from and experts who will discuss large carnivores and other animals as well. So we understand, we're not trying to vilify elephants in any way whatsoever. But obviously in Zimbabwe it is probably the largest issue at the moment. We're very proud to have put this on, as I say. We couldn't have done this with our partners like ZimPox. They've been really amazing and through our years working here have always been supportive. We have other key stakeholders like Net1 who have provided data as an incentive for people to enter a competition on the WhatsApp line, and obviously give us vital information so that can be disseminated and followed up with, and hopefully again apply and help the communities. Seedco have come on board and are supplying everyone with trees and seeds. And yeah, I mean, it's, as Lucy said and Ken said, it's a gathering of minds. It's a very interesting, difficult question and answer to give about where it's going to go from tomorrow. But the fact that it's becoming accessible to all, I think, is important. We will be able to gauge from people using the WhatsApp, a success of sorts. And again, as Kent touched on, we have recorded PSAs with local ambassadors who we work with as Wild Africa. That's our, we're a communications-based company, and we have shot some, I think, beautiful and fun PSAs with serious messages from people like Volt, Miss Red, Hilton, who is the national rugby captain, and Nigel the Slick Pastor. So we've got a very cross-the-board range of different people. The first one will go live tomorrow on social media, and then we will follow that through. This will also be broadcast. We've made broadcast quality PSAs. So this will follow through to our broadcast partners. It will be an outdoor billboard campaign, and obviously social media. We've pulled it all through to radio as well. We want to distribute to community radio stations as well as our national radio stations. And we also want to do as much as we can in the vernacular in those areas where it's important. So whether that be Shona or Ndebele or some of the other languages up in the Benga area and stuff, then that's very important to us. And I think
different players, different people, different actors in different sectors, all in one room. And the best thing about that is it's looking at the solutions mostly, because then the challenges, as we're sort of aware of the challenges, and so what can we do and how can we move to alleviate the suffering of the people living amongst elephants. And the best part about this is it doesn't end in a conference room here, but then all these messages then get broadcast across across Zimbabwe, and it's been driven by local ambassadors, local voices, and then people that the people in Zimbabwe can actually relate to. So you won't see Kent there as the lead or as the face of this campaign, but it's people you know, people you trust, and people that you can relate with. So it's getting all these messages in local languages to the different people in a way that then people start to think about the solutions that then move from conflict to coexistence. And I think that's where the magic begins. Yeah.
So we're helping farmers think differently about the crops that they plant. So even if you want some maize, how about doing a buffer zone of 50 meters of another crop first? I mean, examples would be chilies, sunflowers, sesame, aubergine, black pepper. There is a huge sway of crops that elephants don't eat. So it's just helping farmers think differently about perhaps introducing a secondary crop to help protect the maize or the beans that they're growing around the core of their farm. And of course that provides different crops in the community, something you can sell to make cash, and so you can kind of have a variety of crops being grown in your community. So non-palatable crops, making the parks more attractive and making your farm as unattractive as possible. And in here there are methods also to protect your water tanks. So we find in Kenya we have a lot of elephants that will be attracted to water, particularly in the drought, in the dry season. Like Zimbabwe, we've just been through a 3-year drought, which we found incredibly difficult. Our elephants were attracted to homesteads, kept on breaking in for water. People were storing jerry cans in their house for water, and the elephants would just break in and get those. So we've come up with a whole series of ideas of how you protect your water tanks. As simple as putting sharp rocks around your water tank upright, so the elephants just can't tread on it and they can't get to the water. But at the same time making sure that the elephants do have water inside the national park or inside their protected area, so they're not coming to the communities because we've taken the water from them. So it's really thinking quite carefully about their behaviour, their biological needs, their nutritional needs, and making sure if they're happy in their national parks, why they're coming into your village. So this is how we're just trying to educate not only communities but also agricultural officers, rangers, everyone who's working with communities living with